But Fonzworth Bentley was his personal assistant, put out his clothes, told him what he should wear, all that, like a stylist and personal assistant all together.
Mr. Bentley convinced me somehow, some way. I don't know how I let him convince me, but I asked him, can he hold my chain? I had a show, we had a show. And I asked Mr. Bentley, can he hold my chain? And he was like, yeah, I got you. And then he never quite gave me back my chain. And then every time I asked him, he always came up with buku excuses of why I can't get my chain. And then ever since then, I knew right then and there, you heard me, what kind of dude Mr. Bentley was. A thief. Mr. Bentley is a thief, period. Period. And that was his reputation too around there, you dig? Everybody knew Mr. Bentley was a thief. He used to steal shit.
Gene Deal said that Fonzworth Bentley got kicked out of the Bad Boy Empire because he's a thief. That's what we call it. Say thief. Can you say thief? He's a thief.
Thief.
No, they say he was a thief. Yeah, thank you. Caribbean people, we won again. We won. So he said that Fonzworth was stealing what J-Lo's shoes or the boots or the whatever it was. Okay, whatever it was that he said. If that's the case and he got kicked out, common sense 1 + 1 is what? 2. Then why was he on Making of the Band 4 years later?
Fame is often sold as a golden ticket. The lights, the applause, the luxury. But behind that shine, there are shadows. And in the case of Sean Diddy Combs, those shadows grow darker every day. Once praised as the king of hip-hop business, Diddy now finds himself at the center of one of the most shocking federal trials in entertainment history. Allegations of trafficking, forced labor, intimidation, and staged hotel parties have put him under a spotlight no artist or mogul ever wants. At the heart of this story, an old name has resurfaced. Fonzworth Bentley. Once known as Diddy's stylish assistant, famously holding umbrellas and walking red carpets, many dismissed him as just a fashion accessory. But in reality, Bentley may have witnessed far more than anyone guessed. His unusual rise, quiet exit, and later independence take on new meaning as Diddy's legacy begins to unravel. This isn't just a story of one man breaking free from another's orbit. It's about survival in a world where fame can be both a gift and a trap. As the trial pulls back layers of secrets, people are rethinking the roles of those who once stood closest to Diddy. Bentley now stands as a reminder of someone who walked away before it was too late, leaving us to wonder what he might have known.
You got a lot of people, man, that's wondering why Fonzworth Bentley, why he hasn't came out and defended Diddy. They was real cool at one point, so.
Well, I was there when Fonzworth Bentley got his actual name. How they came up with the name and everything. We were sitting in front of the apartment building on 74th and Park Avenue. It was me, him, Tony De Niro. Puff was upstairs. They was trying to figure out, he had became Puff, one of Puff's personal assistants. You understand? To make sure all Puff shit is there when we get ready to go. Everything that's supposed to be in order. That was Fonzworth Bentley's job. When Puff has to go to restaurants or place like that, he made sure everything was straight with that. You know what I'm saying? He had another assistant too. But Fonzworth Bentley was his personal assistant, put out his clothes, told him what he should wear, all that, like a stylist and personal assistant all together. So we was in front of the house, and this dude, Tony De Niro, he played guitar in that Bad Boy for Life. The black dude, not the white guy. The black dude who played the guitar, that's Tony De Niro. I think he might be from California or something. So Tony De Niro was like, yo, we gotta think of a name for you, man. And if you're gonna be his personal assistant and slash butler slash umbrella carrier, whatever you gonna do, you understand? We gotta think of a name for you. We're gonna try to make you like Bentley or either Fonzworth or either Bentley. You gotta be, you gotta have that kind of persona. You gotta dress all the time, be neat, and the whole 9 yards. And then the dude, Derek, was playing with him like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know how to do that. I could be over the top. He was acting like that. You know what I'm saying? I could be over the top. So he was saying that. And the dude, Tony De Niro, said, we gotta figure out a name for you, man. It's gotta be on the level of, those characters. He said, you gotta be like Fonzworth, you gotta be like Bentley. He said, we're just gonna call you Fonzworth Bentley. And he said, I like it. And they start calling him that. His name Fonzworth Bentley. I said, these motherfuckers corny. Like I was like, yo, believe this.
Mr. Bentley. Mr. Bentley, Gene Deal. Why I bring that up? I told you already, Gene GG. I love how entertaining you are, and I'm not gonna disrespect anyone who's part of the Divine Nine in that way. But you gotta stop the effery. Gene Deal said that Fonzworth Bentley got kicked out of the Bad Boy Empire because he's a thief. That's what we call it. Say thief. Can you say thief? He's a thief. No, they say he was a thief. Yeah, thank you. Caribbean people, we won again. We won. So he said that Fonzworth was stealing J-Lo's shoes or the boots or the whatever it was. Okay, whatever it was that he said. If that's the case and he got kicked out, common sense, 1 + 1 is what? 2. Then why was he on Making of the Band 4 years later? We wasn't around for J-Lo? I don't know J-Lo. J-Lo and Sean happened long before us, before we got there. So if he got kicked out for being a thief, then he gets him a position to work with us? Gee, make it make sense. The timeline ain't adding up.
Did they make up?
Sean, no, you can't. If you steal from Sean Combs, he's not making up with you. He's not. If you know Sean is not allowing you back in the house if you steal from him.
Before Instagram influencers or TikTok stars, there was Derek Watkins, better known as Fonzworth Bentley. He didn't rise to fame through music at first, but by being close to fame itself. Always at Diddy's side, Bentley wore sharp 3-piece suits, bow ties and custom shoes. He carried umbrellas and made sure his boss's image stayed flawless. To outsiders, it looked like comedy, almost as if he were just a butler for show. But Bentley insisted it was never about servitude. It was about strategy. He used his proximity to Diddy as a stepping stone into an industry known for chewing people up.
Fonzworth Bentley, how was your relationship with him?
I would say, in the beginning, I thought Mr. Bentley was the coolest person in the world. I'm talking about the coolest person in the world. And then eventually, Bentley started stealing. You dig? And one time, we got our advance check. You dig? And I went and got this chain. I got 3 chains, actually. I had 3 chains. I had a diamond chain, big boy diamond chain from Jacob. I had a Jesus chain. And I had a Jacob chain. You heard me? And I gave Fred my Jacob chain. And I kept the 2 chains. And Mr. Bentley convinced me somehow, some way. I don't know how I let him convince me, but I asked him, can he hold my chain? We had a show. And I asked Mr. Bentley, can he hold my chain? And he was like, yeah, I got you. And then he never quite gave me back my chain. And then every time I asked him, he always came up with buku excuses of why I can't get my chain. And ever since then, I knew right then and there, you heard me, what kind of dude Mr. Bentley was. A thief. Mr. Bentley is a thief, period. And that was his reputation too around there, you dig? Everybody knew Mr. Bentley was a thief. He used to steal shit. But now I'm thinking about it. Maybe he was stealing shit, you know, because Diddy probably wasn't compensating him. Embarrassing the man on national TV, not really paying him what he needed to pay him. And Mr. Bentley was like, "F all that, I'm finna take this shit." So I try to look at things of the double-edged sword. So in my eyes, do he be stealing at that moment? Yes. But I try to come with the reasoning of why he did it. And that's why 100%, you know, I try my best, bro, to not crucify him for what he done to me. When I really look at the overall board of the situation. But at that time, yeah, he stole my shit. He was known for stealing, so it is what it is.
Fonzworth Bentley's story is more than style. It's survival. As Diddy's empire falls apart, the people once in his orbit look different. Bentley's quiet exit now feels like a warning about power and proximity. Stay with us. The truth behind this legacy is only beginning to surface.